It's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new.
Thank you, Daniel. You know what? Let's keep that plugged in for just a minute, because everything you're going to do from here on out is going to be done from this. So we're going to take a 30-second break. Barry, come up here for just 1 second and see if we can get this repaired, because your next 2 songs are all on the guitar, right?
I'll do 1 song, yeah.
Okay. Because it was disconnected here. What do we do? Hey, wait, whoa. No, Barry. You don't want me to put this in here, because there's 2 of them, and chances are pretty good I'm going to pick the wrong one. Try that.
Oh, is it disconnected? Oh. So this, if we do that, that's why you make the big bucks, Joe.
That's why I make the big bucks, yeah.
That's why you make the theoretical big bucks.
Yeah, the theoretical ones. Isn't that the truth? So, okay, good morning. So we had that little technical difficulty. Apologize to our live streamers, but let's welcome our love streamers. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're joining us. Yes, thank them. So, are you ready to go into meditation? We've got a lot to think about this week, don't we? Yeah. My lesson today, I'm excited about my lesson today because it's so funny. I don't know how this happens, but there are always things that happen in the world that I picked. These talk titles were chosen last October, right? And so they roll out, and then you think, oh my God, this is so timely that it's happening today that I'm talking about a spiritual chain reaction. So anyway, I'm very excited. I'm very despondent. Okay, let's go. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Mission statement. Let's do our mission statement first. I've got to change this order. I got to change the order. Let's do this together, please. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. Now close your eyes. Now take a deep breath in. Take another deep breath in. So this week I found myself using the word surrender a lot. Not as in giving up, but as in allowing something bigger to take control of a situation. To surrender to the highest and best good for all people and all people concerned. And to also do so in my own life, my own personal life. To keep from trying to control absolutely everything, to allowing myself to surrender to a presence and a power greater than me, who knows exactly what to do, when to do, and how to do it. So that's what I want you to do right now. I want you to just think about how you, in your own personal way, can let go of the grip that we have on so many things. In fact, do this. Take your hands together, grip them really tightly together, like you're making a fist. And then on the count of 3, I just want you to let it go. 1, 2, 3, just let it go. All to Spirit I surrender. All to Thee I freely give. I will always love and trust You, and in Your presence daily live. All to Spirit I surrender. All that's good is wholly mine.
in your presence, in this oneness. Through you I am power divine, and I surrender all. I surrender all to thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living Palm Desert, and good morning to all of our love streamers. In this moment, in this instant, right here and right now, I recognize the oneness of everything, the source of all creation, the power, the beauty, the harmony, the creation of all life. And in that recognition, I see myself as part of the oneness. What Spirit is, I am. And so in accepting of this knowledge, of this insight, I state the truth right here and right now. That I have been a part of a chain reaction of life. But right now, I start and claim a new spiritual chain reaction. It starts with me. It starts with my heart. It starts with compassion, love, and understanding. So right here and right now, I see the spiritual beauty in all things, all people, all nations. And I allow that love to express through me. I allow my spiritual chain reaction to grow, link by link. As I express the divine, I know the divine in everyone is attracted to that which I am. So as this chain grows, it changes the world. Peace, love, and harmony are taking root, are growing right now. It is in this understanding that I have great gratitude. I am so very thankful for the teachings, for Dr. Joe, for the center, for the music that is provided here today. It creates a strength within myself that I didn't even know was there, but yet I access it. So with great thanksgiving, I release my word to the law of mind, knowing it is done right here and right now. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love. to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Let's take a deep breath in. Here we go. We're going to sing the peace song again this morning. And when we sing that, if you've been here at the center before, you know we sing it a little slower. So we're mindful of the words that we're singing and using this as sort of a form of prayer for us. Just remembering that peace begins with us. Peace in our minds, peace in our homes, our communities, our country. It all begins in our consciousness first. So let's sing this together.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our power, with God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step be my joyous.
Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I don't think it was something I said. One never knows. Bye, guys. We've all heard this kind of story. Somebody's diagnosed that their time is suddenly short. And in the back of our minds, we wonder, what if that news was mine? Would we do more of the same with the moments that remain? Would we live like we were dying? Why wait? Why wait for that fateful fall, for that wake-up call? Why wait until it's too late? There is only today. We've all heard this kind of story. An earthquake strikes the coast of a distant land. It seems like every time we come together as humankind, we make a different choice. Kindness cuts through all the noise, and we're suddenly united. Why wait? Why wait for that pouring rain, for that hurricane? Why wait until it's too late? There is only today. Why wait? Oh, and when an ambulance goes by, everybody pulls aside. The holidays put smiles on every face. So tell me, what's the reason why we need excuses to decide we are part of only one human race? We've all heard this kind of story. Someone keeps her dream a secret all her life. Why wait? Why wait 'Cause if we don't try, oh, that dream may die. Why wait until it's too late? Let the future fall away. Let regret evaporate. There is only today. Why wait?
Wow. Would the ushers please stand? We can end right there, right? Wow. Daniel, where is Daniel? Daniel, come out here. Let's give him a stand up. You guys, stand up. This guy, that was amazing. Daniel, come on. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. This morning he came in and he took a look at my slides. He said, I don't know what to sing for the second song. So he took my slides and he went, okay, I got it. And he just came out with that. Isn't that beautiful? Whew, okay. So today we're going to talk about, and why wait? Why wait? Today actually we're going to talk about how to create a spiritual chain reaction. That's what we're going to talk about today. Because a lot of times in our lives we just keep waiting to hit the bottom before we start, right? Why wait? It's a perfect song. But how many of us wait? Anybody? We wait till we hit the bottom and then we go, oh, I guess it's time to wake up, right? Now it's time I do something. Why wait? Let's learn how to create a spiritual chain reaction. This is our affirmation for today, and it's true. Let's take it together, please. I am necessary and have great influence. Ooh. I am necessary and have great influence. You are necessary and you have great influence, not just on your life, but at the lives of others. And collectively, we have great influence. Humanity has a great influence on how the course of humanity is going to unfold. So we all have this power. We all belong. We are very necessary to every part of the process of unfolding. The spiritual chain reaction began with source. Think about that. There was something that created something, and it began there. And ever since that, it's been creating ever since on every level, on every plane and level of existence. It's constantly creating. And Source is continually calling more and more of what it is through each one of us. Notice that the I is capitalized there. Source is always calling it itself, God, through us, to be more and more and more. And there's constantly a calling. Now, sometimes the universe calls, but we're asleep. Anybody? Have you ever felt like, how many felt the universe has kind of skipped over your number for a while? Where you've just sort of like, wait, God, you kind of missed me for a while? Hello, still here. I'm bored. Anybody bored? I'm bored. There's nothing to do. Well, you know what? Maybe it's time to start listening and how you can create a spiritual chain reaction so you become part of this creative process. We are individualized and unique. We are not individual. So let's back into this. We are individualized and unique. We are not individual. Each is connected to the other in the one life and the one energy that is life itself. This is why, when I say we're all connected here, this is why we're not individual, because if we were just an individual, we wouldn't really have the emotions we have when things are going on in the world around us, whether that's a hurricane or an earthquake or whatever happening at the southern border or whatever's happening in Darfur, whatever it is has an impact on us. And why do you think that? Because it has within us a connection. Why do we feel uncomfortable when we hear on the news that someone was murdered in India or in Desert Hot Springs or someone was attacked or whatever that is? Why? It's because we have a human connection. It's not just because we have emotion around it. We have a connection to all things and all people. The spiritual chain reaction that created all of this stuff created us, and so the same thread goes through each and every one of us, which is why we feel the way we feel when we hear about things in the world. Does that make sense? As that individual part of humanity, we influence those around us, and we are influenced. Knowing this means let's walk the walk, talk the talk, and remember how necessary each one is to the whole. How important everyone is. Now, I don't know how to define everybody and define things and label things, but we have to realize that every person in the world is genuinely important to the entire world. No one is less than, no one is more of. It's all the same. There is a sameness that comes from that. And when we realize that equality and recognize that diversity really is equality, then we can understand how everybody belongs. The spiritual chain reaction is learning how to build a life based on not just our life, but all lives. Is this making sense? Are we good? Are you awake? Okay, good. Did you ever notice the contagion of a happy person, one who has an enthusiastic joy in living? Have you ever noticed a contagion of a happy person? I have to admit, I've been addicted to something lately. Oh, man, it's bad. It's confession time. A friend of mine sent me this little link, and I want to talk about it. It's called I Ain't Doing It. There's just a link. So Google if you want. Put it to you this way. I'm not endorsing this, because there are some things that are said on there that you might say are a little racy, but I'm addicted to this little I Ain't Doing It videos. They're 50-second videos of this woman that does this video. And I have been laughing all week. I have abs. I started creating abs on you can't see them because they're underneath my keg, but I actually have abs here. I actually have abs because I'm laughing. And you know what? It's funny because I start laughing, and then when I talk to people, it's like I'm lighter, I'm more joyful, I'm happier. But I had to do something to make that happen. It wasn't happening organically. I was kind of getting bogged down in what was going on in the world around. Anybody? Getting bogged down in the messages and the media and all that stuff. I was getting bogged down by social media and getting bogged down in the whole thing, all of it. And I'm like, what can I do? So someone just sent me one of these things, and now, oh my gosh, I just sit there and laugh and laugh and laugh because everything she talks about is just about humanity and how cool it is. Anyway, so their spirit permeates those around them, and the contagion of their personality influences their environment to such an extent that it finally changes it. It was changing my whole body chemistry. When you can get into a place where you can laugh and experience joy, have you ever noticed it changes everything? I mean, I can feel really lousy, but for some reason, if someone makes me laugh, my body feels good. It's almost as if it's like a temporary reprieve from any pain or discomfort. Does that make sense? So when we can find that, let's try to catch that. Let's try to catch that, because that causes a spiritual chain reaction in the body. Once you start doing that and you start finding those places of joy and you hit those places of joy, and you know what? Sometimes we forget to remember that we had a good day. I'm serious. Sometimes we look at the course of a day and we may go to sleep feeling a little bit upset or depressed about something, but there may have been spots in the day that were joy-filled. Making sense? I have to remind myself to remember those moments when I'm forgetting that, as crazy as that sounds. Because not every single day and every single minute is spent being upset. There are periods of joy that I experience, and then I just go on about life and I forget them. I'm like, no, I need to remember that. And I really need to come back to that when I forget and I'm experiencing a disconnect from things. More than this, however, you need to remember that this joy, satisfaction, and sense of oneness must be translated into action in your relations with others. So it's not just about me experiencing the joy, it's about me telling you about it and sharing it and not just keeping it to myself. Wonderful things are happening in my life, and I like sharing those with people. And I like when they share those things with me. And when we can share something funny or something humorous or something happy, I want to be able to hang on to that, because lately the world has been getting kind of dark a little bit and hot outside. Yeah, I'm not going to complain. We're not complaining because we live here. But yeah, I kind of like having something to laugh about. And that causes a reaction in my body. It causes me to have a sense of energy. I mean, I actually want to go to the gym. I'm like, I know. People are like, oh, let me take some of that. Together, please. I am necessary and have great influence. Here we go. When others see the kind of life we are living, they want to know how they can have the same experience. There is only one life, and each of us is connected in that life. I noticed that in the restaurant the other day. I was eating by myself, watching these videos. That's kind of sad. Anyway, I was eating by myself and laughing silently to myself. But I did notice that there were tables over there, and when a table had this energy about it, you know what I'm talking about? It has kind of like, you know, people chatting, there was an energy there, there's like, oh yeah, there's a buzz, and people are laughing, having a good time, going back and forth. And I'm like, can I sit at your table? I want to sit at your table. I want to be a part of your table because you look like you're having a good time. And I think it's natural that when we start seeing those things, we want to be a part of it. And we want to create that. I mean, who doesn't want to go to that kind of fun little party? Just at a restaurant, right? Where people are just hanging out. We are attracted to the energy of good, believe it or not. We are attracted to that. Our bodies actually crave that kind of connection. It's easy in a world today where we have such great capacity to hear things that are going on in the world to be bogged down. But I think in the end, our bodies, our minds, our true spirits crave that type of interaction because it brings us closer to what we were always meant to be. Does that make sense? Which is connected and happy and harmonious and joy-filled. That's what we were meant to be. The things that we experience in our life that are unlike that, that's why they feel awkward, because they're not in alignment with what we're supposed to be feeling as these childlike expressions of God. Does that make sense? As we begin to live life fully alive, the spirit of who we are will spread like a contagion. When we start living like that, when we start doing more of this stuff, instead of carrying around the storyline that's happening in the world, what if we carried around our storyline? It's not that we're disregarding the other stories that are happening, but we're carrying on a different conversation. A different conversation. That's what I'm advocating here. When we begin to live life more fully alive, the way we were meant to live, that will start to spread, and people will begin to see that. I mean, it's noticeable. Have you ever noticed that when you started coming, some of you may have not noticed this, but when you started coming to the center, things may have kind of shifted inside of you, and you kind of had a different attitude. And then people wanted to know what you were smoking. You know, what are you smoking? What are you drinking? What are you doing? How come you're happy? What kind of pill are you taking, right? Who's your pharmacist? I mean, all those questions come up when you're experiencing, you know, a kind of that transformation. And so when you experience that inner transformation, people begin to notice that. I want people to know where you are getting that. I really want you to start sharing. We have plenty of seats available at the first service. Second, not so much, but we have plenty of seats at the first service. I think we should be sharing this more and bringing more people in to say, look, what, you want to join in the fun? Come on. This is how you establish the consciousness of having a better life, not just on Sunday mornings between the hours of 9 and 10 and maybe about 15 minutes afterwards, but how you start establishing that in the long term. How you can start establishing a life of that kind of experience. So put your money where your mouth is. Hey, Laura, why don't you do this part? I'm going to have you do this part. Put your money where your mouth is. So I had Laura, I had Laura and the staff create a couple things. I want them to share it with you because, you know, we talk about praying for this world situation and things to change. And anyway, Laura, why don't you fill them in?
So actually, Dr. Joe had the idea for the cards, but this week I received in the minister's listserv Kathy Ann Lewis from Seattle, who is my hero, she put this out, and so I thought it went really well with Dr. Joe's idea. So what she said was, many of us have been affected by the separation of children from families in recent news. Our hearts cry out in pain because our capacity to love has expanded to include people who we will never know. We believe in the principles of unity of all life. We are all affected at some level when harm is done to another. And that's what Dr. Joe just talked about, that contagion, that oneness. So we have here also, after that, there's an affirmation. These are out there for you to take. And it says, I affirm that an elegant resolution to the tragic events of the immigrant activities at the U.S. southern border is making its way through the minds and hearts of those in power in our government. Human beings are creative, visionary, and compassionate, and we hold in prayer that a creative, visionary, and compassionate solution to humane border control is downloaded in the minds of our country's leaders now. And so it is. Amen. And there's a quote here from Dr. Holmes, and he says, I salute the God presence in everyone I meet, and I know that as surely as I do this, the love dwelling in them responds to the same presence that is within me. We act in a unison of peace and understanding. And so so what we did was we created little postcards with 3 of them, one for our Congressman Raul Ruiz, for Senator Kamala Harris, and for Senator Dianne Feinstein. And they're out there, and it says in the back here that these are my thoughts regarding a humane resolution at our U.S. borders. And so you can write any ideas that you have, and please come from a place of positive, not bashing anybody, but from a place of even just sending them, I send you my love and prayers, knowing that you are being divinely guided, something, and then just put your return address and put a stamp and mail it. They're out there, and what we'd love to do is just have a campaign. We got the idea actually from Dr. Edward.
Yeah, Edward's doing
and
it.
so their center's doing it. So wouldn't it be wonderful for our representatives to get these types of cards from people saying, we're here supporting you, knowing that there is a divine resolution?
Thank you. And I think what's important is that there is, in that affirmation, I affirm that an elegant resolution is there. I like the word, I like that word, right? And that we're creative. Humans are creative, and we're visionary, and we can do better. So we started talking about, people kept saying, you know, it's not enough to just say, send our prayers. What can we do? So Edward, when I was talking to Edward, he said, you know, we're going to just print these out for people, and they can write whatever thoughts they have. We're not giving you the thought. We teach you how to think, right? Not what to think. We teach you how to think. It's up to you to take the reins and do the next step. So when you walk out today and take some sort of action, because it's a spiritual chain reaction, right? We're talking about how do we create action? How do we create activity? You do something that creates something. I was thinking about that. How do I demonstrate that? This little lighter is exactly what we call a spiritual chain reaction. It's a chain reaction. Think about it. The answer is already known in the mind of God. It's called the fuel, right? You don't see it. It's contained in here. It's there. You know what it's going to do. It's going to create some form of resolution. Now, it requires us to do something, right, to move that. Now watch this one won't light. It requires us to do something first to create the light, right? But this is a chain reaction. The universe has the answer in the storehouse, and we're just activating the process. But we don't do, you can't be, I can't sit there and pray the fire into existence. Can I? Oh God, please light this on fire, and not do anything. Not just with this thing with your life. You can't sit there and look at the potential that God has for you in this big storehouse of good, the light that it has, and just pray that it's going to happen. It doesn't work that way. You have to do something to make it happen. Sometimes it's pen to paper. Sometimes it's an email. Sometimes it's a conversation. Sometimes it's eating the right food or making financial decisions or jumping into a relationship. God, please give me a relationship. Please give me the wisdom. But you don't do anything to make it happen. A spiritual chain reaction is knowing that you want something to happen in your life and knowing that you have to do something to make it happen. Prayers are good. Prayers are a great start. I advocate praying on everything. I pray for everything. But I also know that I have to do something. So this is what we call putting your money where your mouth is. Put your thoughts down. What are they? Obviously, we have them. Everyone is different. We're not telling you what to write down, but we are saying do something because collectively we can do something in the spiritual realm. Does that make sense? All right, you have a homework assignment. Those are, when you walk out today, I want to see lots of those cards go. Grab a card for yourself, right? And then grab that prayer. Next up, it's not the stress that kills us, it's our reaction to it. All right? It's never the stress itself, it's how we react to it. It's not about the relationship that may have a challenge to it, it's how we're reacting to it. It may not be the health that is causing the problem, but our reaction to the health that's causing a lot of problems. Look, the stress isn't the stuff that kills us, it's our reaction to it. It's how do we create a spiritual chain reaction of a healed condition when we're in the middle of a stressful condition. Does that make sense? How do we create that? Thoughts are energy. Here we go. Words carry energy. Thoughts and words are seeds of experience and influence. And it is not enough to just think good thoughts or say nice things. We must bring those thoughts and words into action. Actions speak louder than words. Action adds fuel to the energy of thought and words. So a spiritual chain reaction requires first an action. And believe it or not, the things that are sometimes a challenge in your life are the beginning of the spiritual chain. Hang on sometimes we look at things as if they went wrong. No, they're actually in a position for us to use our spiritual wherewithal to bring them into what we believe to be right. Does that make sense? So you are already living what has already been a series of spiritual chain reactions. And now you get to decide how else you want to light this thing on fire, so to speak. How you want to change it. Together, please. I am necessary and have great influence. Adversity causes some people to break, others to break records. I like that. Adversity sometimes causes people to break. No, but sometimes you can break a record, a personal best. I say break your personal best. Look at a situation and know that things like this are not going to break us, but they're going to make us really strong, and we're going to see the best of what life has to offer as a result of this. It's how we look at it, how we view it. Instead of falling into a reaction of revenge, self-hatred, or anger, learn to catch the emotional reactions and drop the storylines. Yeah, let's read this together. Instead of falling into a reaction of revenge, self-hatred, or anger, learn to catch the emotional reactions and drop the storylines. The biggest part of that one, the last three words. Drop the storylines. Learn to know when to drop the storyline. Because sometimes feeding the storyline just continues a reaction, a spirit. See, okay, so let's back this in. We can also have spiritual chain reactions that come out looking non-spiritual because the law just knows how to do. And so We have to decide whether we're going to put the positive seed in there or the negative one. And so it just knows how to do. So if you don't get into the revenge, the self-hatred, the anger, the talking down to yourself and about other people, if you don't get into that place, instead you catch your emotional connection to it and go, wait, I have to remove myself from that storyline. I have to start a new story. So that's the question. In what area of the world, life, humanity, would you like to create a chain reaction for good? And what can you do right now to make that happen? So the question falls with you. Now, I didn't ask, and what can someone else do for you to make that happen? That wasn't an option. That wasn't an option. The only option here is, in what area of the world, of life and humanity, would you like to create a chain reaction for good? And how can you make that happen? Life is always calling for more. Where to begin? This is where I want to start. Freedom, health, harmony, and wholeness. Those are my 4 qualities that I'm really concentrating on this week. Freedom, health, harmony, and wholeness. For myself, first. Remember last week, put your oxygen mask on first, then offer assistance to others, right? So for myself first, and then for others. So I have to make sure my mind is on right. And lately, we've been inundated with situations where our minds may not be necessarily on the path to freedom, health, harmony, and wholeness. We may have felt conflicted. It doesn't matter on both sides, on all sides. But what matters is that we're trying to get back to that place of unity, that place of the spiritual chain reaction for all people. Notice that when Laura read the affirmation here, it doesn't say what kind of solution. It just says that the solution is downloaded, whatever it is, for the highest and best good of how can resolve things, and it's downloaded into the people who know that they can make the changes. And then we gave you the addresses for the people who we believe in the elected body are for where we live, are the people that are going to be part of that making the change. So I want to download our spiritual consciousness. I want to just imagine us projecting that out, in, not as just ourselves, but into other people in their lives and the leaders of the world, and going, download the right thing. Whatever that is. I don't care how you get there. It's in the fuel. It's in the fuel. You guys need to figure out how to make it light up. Right? You guys have to do that. That's what you're like to do. That you're paid to do. So I want you to do that. Wow, I didn't mean to put that finger out there like that. Okay, shine your light is an example of this powerful teaching, and teach it by being a model. That's all I want to end this thing. Shine your light. Take it. Shine it. Create the spiritual chain reactions in your own life. You shine your light. Imagine if every one of you had one of these right now and we turned the lights off, we would be in light. We would still be in the light because each one of you would be contributing to that. Every one of us has this. Now let's be the role model for it. Let's not get in the ditch of negative conversation. Let's not get into the ditch of pointing fingers and blaming. Let's see the right things happening and download the consciousness so it can happen, not just in our life, but in the world. Make sense? Last one. I am necessary and have great influence. You do. Now let's make it happen. So end your lesson. Thank you.
Before the collection?
Yeah, Daniel's going to sing for the
Oh,
collection.
before the during?
No, sing for it.
Oh, for it.
Yeah, because we'll do it. Yeah, we're 9:55. You're going to do the collection offertory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I call the ushers? I'm confused. Okay, ushers, please come forward fast. Come forward, please. Come from forward.
Bring your
Up
baskets,
front.
come
Bring
forward,
your
all the ushers,
baskets and
please.
come forward, please.
We want all the ushers to come all the way forward.
And
to the
those
front
of you that are
sanctuary.
live streaming, there's a button there for you to donate, or you can text your offering. So please be a part of this section of our service. So come on, don't be bashful. Where are you? No. Oh, you guys are just chickens. All right, we wanted you up here so they can see your beautiful, shining faces. Come on.
This is the end.
Come up here, our
Yeah, the way
sacred
up.
service people. Come on,
Yeah.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. All right. No, we didn't do this last week. We're doing this every
Hi,
week
Vicki.
now. Get ready.
How are you?
Get ready. All right. So let us say our offertory prayer together. As you hold those baskets, you can read it right there with me. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center. All right. Go forth and...
That's a shy bunch of sacred service people. Hello, everybody. All right. Well, I asked Joe if I could sing another song this morning, and he said, "What song you want to sing?" And I said, "I don't know. I'll let you know after I hear your talk." So I'm going to do a little half and half, a little medley of a couple songs that came to mind today. And nice to be back. I have a couple things out on the table right outside the door that are a little unusual. One of them is, I've mentioned it before, my second edition of my USB drive is out. If you don't know what a USB drive is, you don't want it. But if you do, the second edition now has 150 songs, 11 complete albums and lyrics and 16 extra songs and photos so you can see how much older I look since my boy was born, and a lot of music on it, so if you're interested in that. And then I always like to bring my wife's beautiful jewelry. And I actually have some of her earrings today and some heart necklaces. She's a silversmith and really talented, and I'm a big fan. So I have it on my table, even if you just want to look at it and say ooh and ah, you're welcome to do that. And that's the story. So this is a little medley. The first thing I'm going to sing is a little bit of a song that I wrote in honor of a man who had made billions of dollars in the hearing aid business and then had committed himself to philanthropy and started flying around the world on his private jet filled with hearing aids that his company had manufactured, and would go to villages where there were no hearing aids and line up children in the village, give hearing tests, and where there was a need, he would fit them with a hearing aid for free. And when I met him and sang this song for him, he had given away about 80,000 hearing aids at that point. And it was very inspiring and wonderful to meet him and to sing a song that I'd written in his honor. And then the second half of what I'm about to do is a song of mine that I've done here before. It's a fairly well-known song of mine, but it comes to mind this week and this morning. So, thanks for having me, and happy Sunday. When a child is born in any corner of the world, we may not know its name, but we love it just the same. For in our heart of hearts, there's no such thing as far. We can send our love to everyone, no matter where they are. So we will sing from every mountain. We will sing over the sea. We will sing until the sound of love is ringing loud and clear. We will sing for every nation. We will sing for all of creation. We will sing, we will sing, so the world may hear. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and just speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit or Jesus or Lord. Call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or heaven's door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, yeah. One power. One power is what we are. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby. The serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon. For it's love that's most deep. It's one power. Oh, what we are is one. So we live and learn what really matters in the end. It isn't what we earn, and it isn't what we spend. It's what we give to someone else. At the center of ourselves, when we've made that choice to lift our voice, then we have lived well. So we will sing from every mountain. We will sing over the sea. We will sing until the sound of love is ringing loud and clear. We will sing for every nation. We will sing for all of creation. We will sing, so the world may hear. We will sing from every mountain. We will sing over the sea. We will sing until the sound of love is ringing loud and clear. We will sing for every nation. We will sing for all of creation. We will sing, so the world may hear. we will sing so the world may hear.
I love you, Daniel. I haven't heard that one. Is that one of the new ones? Really? Oh my God. Oh, I got to get all. Is that on the little flash drive thingy? Okay, I got to get that. That's all right. I got to get that one. All right, Fred and Barb, please come forward. Wow. Okay, this is beyond a Sunday service, right? I mean, this is not like, yeah. This reminds us of who we are. All right. So this is Barbara and Fred, two of our wonderful congregants and wonderful people. So let us say as they hold our offering, this prayer together, please. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action as this currency flows through our center and beyond. Blesses many lives, including our own. All right. Okay, can you just take it to the office? Thank you. All right. Oh, wow, that was quite. If you are here for the first time, you are very blessed today. No, yes, that too. But anyway, we would love to welcome you. So please don't be bashful. Please stand. We have a gift for you. Anybody here for the first time? No? Oh, yes, welcome. Thank you for coming. And over here too. And so what we're giving you is a CD holder it has information about our center. Please stop by the foyer table and pick up a CD of a couple of Dr. Joe's talks. We welcome you. And if you're from the Valley, we hope you come back. If you're visiting, enjoy your stay here. All right, so this is part of our prayer team. They are over in the Ohm Room, which is the next building over. And if you are going through anything, take some action and go over there and have them pray with you. They are very powerful, and we have miracles happen here every day. Today, after our second service, we will be doing a celebration for Mr. Banks, Ed Banks, and he used to be at the second service. So please come back if you know Mr. Banks and celebrate with us. And then don't forget this week, don't forget our Wednesday wisdom service. Oh, and my quantum book study is finished. That should have been taken off. We're done with that. And don't forget, next Sunday is the barbecue. So please join them next week. I won't be here because I'm going to go celebrate my baby's granddaughter's first birthday, so I won't be here next weekend. I know, I can't, I'm so excited. So let's just do a closing prayer. So we recognize there is that divine intelligence that is working for the benefit of all, and that we are each this vessel where that divine download comes within us to give us the ideas to move forward, to create the lives we want, to create a wonderful world for everyone, a wonderful world that works for everyone, including ourselves. And so I know that each one of us here is that divine light, and that wherever we go, it is infectious. That joy that we are, that love that we are, touches so many people every day. People that you may not even know, but you just smile at them and they feel that light. It's recognizing that light that is within them, and they see that light that is within you, because we are all one. So I am so grateful for today's service, for the music, for everything that opened our hearts to the divine possibilities of what could be and what is. So I say thank you. I allow Spirit to do its magnificent work by means of me. And I let go and I let God, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Don't forget those cards, and then Daniel's out there.
sing.